Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom and we talk about them in a positive way. That being said, today we're going to go back to a style of video we haven't done in a while. We haven't seen this in a while. And that is what I used to call movie news. However, it was more like fandom news. We talked about all different sorts of things. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, all that I ask as we go through this is that if you like this type of content from me, make sure you leave me a comment and let me know. And if you don't like it, leave me a comment and let me know that, hey, I would rather see you talk about individual topics rather than run a gauntlet of all the news happening in many different fandoms. That being said, let's jump into the first topic. And what is the first topic? Well, our first topic is that a new Pennywise series has been announced. The new Pennywise series is called Welcome to Derry, and apparently it follows Pennywise as he lands on Earth and follows the curse of Pennywise throughout time until we meet the losers of the book It and of the movie. Now, no word yet, at least as far as I've heard, if the actor who played him in the more recent It movie is coming back to play him. We can only hope because he was amazing. I don't know really what to expect from this series other than it being an origin, and that idea scares me a little bit. The idea of doing an origin movie about this character is a little scary. Is Stephen King going to be involved? I feel as though if you're doing this type of movie, Stephen King has to be involved. So it's no different if you're doing a series. If you're doing a series of this, Stephen King almost has to be involved. And since I haven't heard word that he's directly involved, that is slightly worrisome. What exactly are we going to get here? Is it going to be good? It sounds like it could be good. It sounds like potentially we will get something interesting at the very least. However, there is something to be said about origins and the lack thereof. You know, the kind of, we don't want to have an origin told about our monsters. So HBO Max doing this series is going to be very different. So what are your thoughts? Should Bill Skarsgård come back and play Pennywise? Do you think that HBO Max is the right fit for this series? Would you rather have seen it be made into a movie? Does the element of this being a prequel series, kind of an origin, intrigue you? And what about Stephen King? Should he be involved? Or do you want to see someone else give a take on Pennywise's origin? Let me know in the comments. That being said, we're going to jump to our next topic. And what is our next topic? The reviews for Morbius are in. And, well, they're not good. Now, this doesn't come as a surprise to me that they're not good. And the reason I say it doesn't come as a surprise is that they came out and leaked a lot of stuff about this movie. They told people about the end credit scenes before the movie was even out. They basically told everybody everything about the movie in an interview. The people who made the movie spoiled the movie. So I think that that might have a lot to do with why these people, once the review embargo was released and they could talk about it, who had to go and see this movie for the element of reviews, actually gave it bad reviews for that reason. I think that once you do that as a company, it shows you didn't have a faith in this movie. And if you don't have faith in it, people are going to judge it more harshly. So it doesn't come as a surprise to me that this happened, that a lot of the reviews are saying negative things. Even the reviews that are positive are very, very negative, and that's not a good look. Now, granted, a lot of what people are quoting when they do this, when they talk about this, is Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm not a fan of Rotten Tomatoes for the simple fact that I feel that Rotten Tomatoes can be manipulated. But what do you think? Do you think that them releasing this information about the end credit scenes and all of that actually did hurt the film? Do you think that that contributed to these bad reviews? Or do you think that it actually really is a bad movie? There's also the fact that they outright told people that it is not part of the MCU or the Sonyverse, that it exists in its own world. Do you think telling people that before they saw the movie hurt this movie? Hurt the enjoyment of these people going to see the movie? Let me know in the comments. That being said, we're going to talk about the slap heard across the world. And I wasn't going to do this one. I wasn't going to do this topic. But ultimately, since it does affect fandom and it is entertainment news, I couldn't not do this type of video without addressing the biggest topic going on. So, the reason I don't like to discuss this type of topic is that it's divisive. It has everybody on different sides. I see all sides of this situation. I get what went down, and it's not a good look for any of them if you want to know the truth. You have Chris Rock, who made a joke. We can only hope he didn't know what Jada Pinkett Smith's medical conditions were when he made the joke. However, joking about her being in the next G.I. Jane movie might have been in poor taste. Will Smith got up and hit him. Basically walked up, open hand slapped him across the face hard, to the point where he almost knocked him down. So that was not a good look for Will Smith. And then you have the Academy that decides to leave him in his chair. We first just see him sitting there. He gets his award. He apologizes for this. He kind of apologizes and says that, love makes you do crazy things. And he's sorry to the Academy. Well, the Academy left him there for the whole time and left everyone to wonder what exactly they saw. The part that's kind of tricky here is that the aftermath of this becomes a lot of people thought it was staged or were taking all these sides. And the Academy was basically asked what their view was, and they don't stand for violence. However, they claimed that it all happened too fast and they didn't know what to do. Jump forward one day later, and that's all changed. Now they're saying that they asked him to leave and he refused. Now, that's a very different story. And then it comes out that they asked him to leave, but the producers asked him to stay. So it becomes really sort of this crazy ongoing event. Now, the idea behind this, getting up and slapping someone because they said something you didn't like, a lot of comedians are saying they feel that that's a slippery slope. Like, basically, they're disappointed in this because they feel that they can't make jokes anymore. Growing up with Tourette's, I was often the butt of jokes. Not just by other kids, but by comedians. By comedians who were in movies that I absolutely adored. And there was a long period of time where I would get mad and I would get upset. And I ultimately decided that I have to be able to laugh at myself. Now, you won't see a lot of the tics on here because while my plan is to donate a portion of profits from this channel to Tourette's research, that isn't what my channel is about. My channel isn't about me having Tourette's, even though I do. And even though I want to donate to the cause to help people who really need to be helped out. It becomes this thing where a joke has to be a joke, but then your first instinct as someone who loves someone is to defend them when someone's making fun of them or belittling them or physically hurting them, mentally hurting them. Your first instinct is to go after that person, and I understand that. But this is all a very crazy thing because this was supposed to be professional. And the Academy should hold an amount of blame in this because what could they have done differently so that something like this didn't happen? I feel that the whole thing was handled very unprofessionally and makes no one look good. But that being said, what do you guys think about this? Basically now, Will Smith faces losing his award, possibly being suspended from future award shows, and even being expelled from them, which would mean that this guy who's multi-talented and has the potential to earn 5 or 6 more of these in his lifetime, potentially. If he puts out a movie every year that's Academy Award worthy and he's nominated, he has the potential to win these every year for the rest of his life. He's that good. To expel him from this, from the Academy, is harsh, but is it needed? What is the punishment that is needed here? Who is in the right and who is in the wrong? It becomes this really divisive thing where we all have a side to take based on the experiences we've had in our lives. So I put the question to you. And please keep it nice in the comments. I don't want a bunch of comments arguing or calling people names because I don't like name calling. I don't like language in my videos at all. And I like to keep things really sweet and wholesome because this is virtual water cooler talk and we're all just a bunch of friends sitting at a table talking about our favorite fandom, sitting at this water cooler, talking about our favorite fandom. So what do you think should happen here? Just remember to keep it nice. That being said, make sure you're hitting that like button on our video. YouTube likes it when you like our video and we like it too. Leave us a comment in the comment box below because we definitely want to hear from you. Make sure that you are sharing this video with all of your friends so they get the same great content you're getting. And remember to hit that subscribe button because Miko thinks we need more subscribers in this space. Wouldn't lie to you. So, while you're hitting that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video we do. And friends, no matter what craziness is going on in the world, no matter what side you stand on in any situation, I want you to remember that at the end of the day, you're all part of different fandoms. And fandom is family.